You're a fraud.
You're a liberal hack.
All right, and we're rolling. Okay, so yeah, hi Nicholas, how you going?
Bounce.
Yeah, that was. No, we don't need to do that ourselves.
You're a fraud.
Yeah, Godzilla vs Kong. We just got back from Godzilla vs Kong. Godzilla vs Kong is a 2021 American monster film, as you saw, directed by Adam Wingard. It's the fourth film in this Monsterverse franchise we're doing. It's who was it directed by? Adam Wingard. He did some bad movies, didn't he? I think he did some research beforehand.
He did, indeed.
It's written by a bunch of fucking brain dead zombies. Don't worry about that. And it stars Alexander Skarsgård in a wasted role, Millie Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Shun Oguri, and Aiza Gonzalez. And Carl Chandler was in it for a little bit.
This is our only chance. We have to take it. We need Kong. The world needs him. To stop what's coming. And this child. She's the only one he'll communicate with.
Godzilla vs. Kong. Nicholas, what did you think?
You want me to go first?
I mean, I could go first, but...
I'll go first.
You go first.
I'll go first. I could come right out the bat and say, "What? Why? Why did we do this? Why?"
Well, the fans voted for it. We could have bloody been watching Judas and the Black Messiah. That's what we could have watched tonight. But instead, 73% of you thought that we should fucking waste our time with this piece of shit.
So yeah, you're the same as me. Oh my god, I was ready for an argument. Now I'm just gonna have to settle into my little role as agreeing with you, which I hate.
I know you do. But at least we can be upset about this movie, because this movie upset me.
With how bad it was?
Yeah, that's right. Normally a movie can be bad or not great and it's fine. And this is just...
upsettingly bad.
Yeah, upsettingly bad.
Yeah, it's anti-cinema. It's like...
That's right.
Don't go watch this film. Just, like, spoilers alert. You're gonna spoil yourself in a bad way. You're gonna be down a lot of money and down a lot of brain cells after going to watch this movie. Don't do it. Like, I don't know why we bought tickets to go see this.
Well, I have liked the previous movies in this franchise. I'm a fan of kaiju films, I suppose. I don't mind the monsters beating each other up in a giant CGI spectacle. But there is a right and a wrong way to do it. And this is the wrong way to do it.
There's so many wrong ways. Like, there's very few right ways.
Okay, well, let's look at the previous ones in the franchise.
Let's go positive. Okay, you go. Let's do this.
I just wanted to, because there are good ways to do it. Godzilla 1 with Bryan Cranston. Not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, but very serious, dramatic, has some beautiful shots. Gareth Edwards got Rogue One from doing Godzilla, and you can see the translation there with the shot of the Death Star coming up and that sort of thing. Was Godzilla. You can see the translation across.
CGI Godzilla became then a CGI Princess Leia. You can see where they got that lizard.
Yeah, well, Godzilla actually died, and they just did a CGI reconstruction of him like 30 years later.
It was unfortunate timing.
Anyway, the first one was really great, and it has the whole thing where you don't see the monster. You just see like flashes of it up until the final bit, and you get the big reveal, and it has a lot of weight to it. I really enjoyed the first Godzilla, to be honest.
First 15 minutes for me. I was on board first 15. After that, it was just another monster movie. I didn't really like it after that.
The Bryan Cranston one?
The one,
yeah.
Because he was only in the first.
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad as this one.
I agree, yeah.
Okay. Skull Island, I enjoyed, because that is... It's more of a action with a bit of comedy. It has fun with the movie. It's John C. Reilly is the main character. So
where's he? Does he die in that one?
I actually can't remember, but it doesn't. It's kind of like more like a spin-off than an actual sequel, because Godzilla 2 is kind of the sequel, obviously King of the Monsters, and but Skull Island was fun. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. It's like sculling a beer island, would you say?
No, I wouldn't.
I was going to do a sculling of my whole beer, but I didn't do
it. He just kind of had a sip.
Oh, fuck. It's gone everywhere.
He's done a Scott Morrison. He just got about 10% through it and gave up.
Fucking Bob Hawke's way better at that.
And then Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters. at least it's dramatic. It takes itself seriously. It falls down in a lot of areas, but at least it takes itself seriously. This movie is neither taking itself seriously nor having fun. It's like a weird mix of both. It pleases nobody. That's kind of in the 4 movies that we've got from this franchise, and even not this franchise, but Pacific Rim, another recent kaiju film. Pacific Rim 1, great. Pacific Rim 2, trash. There are ways to do it, and this I don't know which way they fucking went in this movie. What their motivation was for making, because they didn't. People often say like, "Oh, it's just an action movie. Turn your brain off." But you can have a great action movie. It's a great movie,
and you
right?
can turn your brain on.
That's right. I hated the human characters. All right, you tell me what you.
I hated the human characters really a lot.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh god, especially the kid. I just couldn't.
Yeah,
stand
why
it.
is there a fucking kid in this movie, man? It's like a deaf indigenous girl who communicates with Kong via sign language, who's adopted by like the white scientist lady. And
She's adopted.
Clearly she's the adopted child because her parents were killed by
Kong.
When the storm came. So Skull Island is now, maybe it's climate change or something, but Skull Island is in a constant storm, and her parents were killed in the storm. So the white scientist lady comes in, she blindsides her.
All the characters were so terrible in this movie. It reminded me of like Transformers. It just has the same,
it had a big Age of Extinction vibe.
like the same humans just kind of having to fucking fit around all these monsters and not get fucking squished or killed. That's all they were. They're just fodder. And how about, I want to go through the end.
I know, we'll go through the ending.
Spoilers alert.
Well, let's do a little bit more talking, because I'm sure there are some people out there who don't want to be spoiled for this movie somehow.
No, totally. I think you'll enjoy this film if you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's the main one.
So if you find that, oh my God, these guys don't get it. Yeah, you're probably an idiot. That's fine.
If you've never seen a movie before.
Yeah, if this is your one movie, no, you're still going to hate it. You're going to hate movies from now on. So, I really want to get into the spoiler, but we'll do it later.
Yeah.
Fine. I have a side story with number 11 from Stranger Things. Did you find that pretty exciting? I found that sleep-inducing.
Yeah, really.
Fucking hated that every
Really
second they're on screen.
Yeah, so she's like the daughter of Carl Chandler, who barely in the movie. He's the best part's the monsters, but he's the best human character in Godzilla 2, and he's barely in this. And she's his daughter, and she listens to a podcast, and I hate this whole podcast thing. The movie is kind of like trying to be like trendy, digital, new age, like understanding what the kids are doing.
Get off our toes.
I know. I hated it.
We're the podcast guys.
They made podcasts look terrible. And
that's what we do.
Yeah. Millie Bobby Brown is listening to this podcast, which is like a conspiracy theorist guy who works for the evil company, and he's revealing all the truths about it. But it felt like 2013, like the writers had just discovered podcasts. That's how they kind of displayed it. It would be like, you know how movies have social media or whatever, and they try to make it like a message. Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing with podcasts.
Oh God, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, just complete lack of thought. The whole movie, I think it just didn't really it's easy to follow, but that's not saying that's not a good thing in this case. It's just so fucking thoughtless. Like it's 2-dimensional. Everything about it, everything that happens is what's going to happen. It just fills you in. So in that case, kind of easy to follow on the plot.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they said like the twist in the first 10 minutes, just in case you weren't following along.
Yeah.
Just that it's not even a twist. It's just like at the start of the movie, Millie Bobby Brown figures out that this company is doing something evil and provoking Godzilla rather than Godzilla just attacking humans. Yeah. Which could have been a reveal, but they just spell it out in the first 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true, yeah. Look, I got to say the color was just it belonged in 2011 when they just loved the orange.
Yeah, orange and blue.
It's just did they forget that was previously a thing that they did in every single fucking movie? And they just kind of stopped doing it.
It feels like it's the worst Transformers film. That's what this movie is.
Oh, yeah. That's what it felt like. Yeah.
And that's including Age of Extinction, which is actually I fucking hate it.
Fine. Okay, you know what? We're talking negative. Let's get into some positive. I did like some of the design. I like the little ships that they went through. I like the sort of little underneath world.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
I'm really reaching here.
So the Hollow
I'm
Earth.
hoping you just come out and be like, fuck off.
No, yeah, dude, I fucking hated the Hollow Earth. That was so stupid.
Yeah,
the Hollow Earth could have been such a good concept. And The movie weirdly goes into conspiracy theories a lot, like Hollow Earth.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey.
What's the conspiracy there again?
Lizard people.
Oh, yeah, right.
Godzilla.
Yeah, of course.
Was a lizard people.
And fluoride. There's like a whole bit about
QAnon gets brought up. I
No,
don't know why QAnon gets brought up. I thought that was...
The movie just out and out says that the election was stolen. It's weird for a Godzilla movie.
I know.
No, but there is a whole scene where he's going on about how fluoride. He like questions Millie Bobby Brown to see if she's legit by asking her if she drinks tap or non-tap water, because fluoride makes you docile and subservient. And it's played totally straight. It's not like he's crazy. It's like she's smart for agreeing with him. And the movie posits that as like the truth, which is super fucking weird for a Godzilla movie.
I love that his teeth were horrible too.
Yeah.
He had horrible teeth. No fluoride. Anyway, look, I some of the effects are okay. Like, I know I'm not a big fan of CGI. Some of them I didn't hate. Like, I was just like, okay. Like, especially towards like the end, we'll get into why I really hated the end. But
Yeah, me too.
Some of the middle parts I kind of thought were nice, stylized violence on screen. It wasn't like
I would have liked that.
You didn't have that at all.
I didn't have that at all. I thought like I couldn't see what was happening for most of it, like with the wanton destruction. There's too many particle effects. Like I couldn't actually see the action. If anything, I wanted Godzilla and Kong to fight in a desert or something where there's nothing else there, so I can actually fucking see what's happening.
Oh yeah, instead, okay, we're going to do spoilers. Instead, that they fight at the end. Was it Tokyo? I want to say Tokyo.
No, they don't. It's Hong Kong.
It's Hong Kong?
That's the annoying thing. It's in fucking Hong Kong.
Yeah.
You're doing Godzilla vs. Kong. Why not just make it Tokyo? There's no difference. And in the movie, it's like super Tokyo. It's lots of neon lights.
Yeah.
It's a city getting destroyed, and they have like Asian people running around and screaming, but you barely see them at all.
You barely see them.
It may as well have been Tokyo.
It's implied though. Like they demolish so many buildings and so many people are in those buildings. It's like,
did you just have that feeling the whole time you're watching this city destruction? Is like thousands of people are dying, thousands of people are dying. But the movie never addresses it.
Of course it doesn't.
And that was actually one of my notes because
there were like 100 9/11s that just happened.
And there's no recognition of people at all, right? There's no recognition of those deaths, which reduces the dramatic impact of the fight. Because without people dying,
it's just Big Monkey.
Without consequence, it's just like you're just watching ones and zeros on the fucking screen. But
this is why I was just like, why was the bad guy bad? Because
the bad guy's the good guy.
These guys were just like, this lizard and fucking monkey are just destroying a whole city and civilization and committing multiple acts of terror. As fucking George Bush would fucking want to nuke this monkey, and then Godzilla, but it's fine. And the kid gets dragged along through all these dangerous like. So you're saying so the scientist adopts this kid.
That's right.
And puts her life at danger in every single possible moment that she could just think of all the dangers that like kids are meant to sort of be near. This kid's like at the forefront of. She's like a little weapon used by this scientist mum. What a fucking horrible mum.
I know. And it's like, again, we should note, she's like a small...
She hated the kid more than me.
Yeah, she's a small indigenous child who was orphaned, and this white woman scientist comes and adopts her and then puts her in these horrendous situations. And now I know the movie's not intentionally doing it, but this is how fucking stupid and blind the writers are that they think that, this is going to play super well. So I agree, completely stupid. And especially, just
so much death at the end. And
so much death.
I guess Kong got round two. Do you realize how many fucking thousands of people just died?
Yeah, none of the characters acknowledge it at all.
Oh, he won round two. What's going to happen round three? Yeah, more thousands of Hong Kong people. Yeah.
And the justification for Godzilla like turning evil is it's like, so I guess we're kind of getting into spoilers. Not really. We're about halfway through the pod.
We've already spoiled it.
Yeah, well, it spoils itself, really. So what's happening is Apex is the big evil company, and they're testing this new technology, which is provoking Godzilla, essentially, and making him angry and want to destroy stuff.
Because he's going to get, like, a match. He's now not, like, the sort of
the alpha. Yeah, they keep talking about it.
Yeah, deal with it, Godzilla. Humans are coming back.
And so Godzilla goes from the savior of humanity in the previous film, where he kills all the other kaiju, and is sort of the savior, to now being just evil again. He just, for no reason. And then they think, Godzilla's being evil, we have to get Kong out. And then Godzilla's attacking Kong. And there's just the justifications for why this is happening don't make any sense with how the character has
think-
been established. I know it sounds stupid
No,
to say.
I will just interject because I think it's established, maybe not in this movie, but the previous movie, that he really wasn't for the Hong Kong riots, and he wanted to put them in their place, and he didn't like their sort of acts of civil disobedience to gain independence. I think we established that in one
No,
of the
that's right.
previous
That's
movies.
because sorry.
So this
that's
this
right. Because
played
at
on
the end
Godzilla-
of I forgot. At the end of Godzilla 2, Godzilla turns to the camera and says, "Taiwan is a terrorist organization and
not a legitimate state. Yeah.
yeah, not a legitimate.
Well, we
state.
get it, Godzilla. We get it.
Yeah, sorry.
You're trying to
I
get
can't
big
believe
in
I
China.
forgot that.
Yeah.
So this podcast is banned in China.
It was
That's
already
good, our first
it was
ban.
already banned in China. Come on. Well, you know, I've exhausted my positives. I want to go through Mr. Director's previous movies.
Yeah, okay.
He does horrors, and he decided to he just got gifted Godzilla.
That's what
versus
happens.
Kong.
You do a couple
How
of
did you-
low budget horror movies that do okay.
How did he get 200 million as a budget? He just
Yeah.
who okayed that? That's
Well, it's going to
crazy.
make it back. It's the biggest movie of the last year at least.
Oh my god!
It's
Stop going to watch it. I know we just did. We're hypocrites. I get that, but stop it. If
I'm
you're
gonna-
about to go watch the film, just stop in your tracks and don't do it.
I'm going to illegally download it and
And
play
make
it.
a torrent.
Yeah, that's right. I'll make up for it by stealing it as many times as
I'm going to
I
make a
can.
parody of it, a porn parody, and just make sure all the cinemas get that.
They're not involving any wombs or anything. Anyway, we'll keep
That's
going.
a nice callback, though.
Let's call back. My mum actually did call me after that episode.
That's good. My mum didn't. I haven't heard from her since. So,
Look, let's talk about it a bit more. The plot was almost right. Like,
Was it?
There's the
Oh,
three.
okay.
The way that it's set up is it should be first fight early in the movie where it's kind of
round one.
yeah, where it's nothing really because Kong is kind of the good guy in the movie. So first one they fight, but then they have to get separated. Nobody really wins. Second time Kong comes back and loses.
Yeah,
That's what it should be. And then third they fight up and team Mecha Godzilla.
that's right.
In it.
So yeah, Kong's the good guy, isn't he?
Kong's the good guy, but the first fight is in the ocean, which sounds like it might be cool, like Kong jumping from ship to ship and Godzilla, but it's not really. It's just Godzilla comes up and pulls Kong underwater, and Kong almost drowns, and that's the whole. It's not a fight scene,
Yeah.
and so that doesn't really count as the first bout. And then the second bout is literally the same scene as the final bout against Mechagodzilla. It's like so first fight is on the water, second fight is in Hong Kong, and then the team up fight is
Is it
immediately
Hong
after
Kong still?
Hong Kong still.
Yeah, it's just Hong Kong. This is not for you.
Yeah, Hong Kong. And
Bad time to be a Hong Kong right now.
yeah, it really is. So like it's like this is what I'm talking about when it's like they could have just done it better. They were almost right, but it's like they were lazy with $200 million. They were lazy with like one of the biggest movies ever made. They just got the laziest writers and directors. I don't know why they do this. They could just do it another way.
But I think it's because they all go towards creating the monsters. It's like to make them sort of appear like they can appear on screen. And it's the same thing that happened in Game of Thrones.
And they have
It all-
$10,000
all
left
that-
for the writer.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, seriously, all the budget goes towards making the dragons look super real, like super good or whatever, even
Yeah.
if they don't look that good.
Yeah, that's
And then
right.
they forget about the rest of the movie or the
Because-
rest of the series.
CGI is still not good enough to be lifelike. You still
Yeah.
like as soon as the movie started. Honestly, I was just
Yeah.
thinking CGI.
Carrie
CGI.
Fisher is still dead, unfortunately.
That's right. But what makes you forget about the CGI are the characters, are the story, and even at the end when like Kong kind of comes and rescues Godzilla, it had no emotional weight to it. And I love rescue scenes where somebody's getting rescued, like Godzilla was. Like it's annoying, and this is the thing. They try to fit too much into it. It's like DC. They're trying to do it all too quickly. Ghidorah and Mothra are in the second movie, and already we're at Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla didn't show up till the 14th movie or something in the history of Godzilla.
All right.
It's like the 14th movie when we get Mechagodzilla, and we're up to, I guess, 4 technically if you count Kong Skull Island, and we're already getting Mechagodzilla and already defeated immediately.
Yeah, that was way too easy.
It was way too easy.
Yeah,
So, I mean, look, this is probably nitpicking because
no way.
the movie is terrible on such a larger scale than these smaller points. It fails completely as a movie. I felt nothing. Apart from maybe anger at wasting my time. My patience versus shit fucking movie. That's the title.
Yeah, good. Feed that anger. I looked up IMDb.
Yeah.
Okay, it was
God, don't
audience
tell me.
score of 7.4. It's just too high. Like, do people forget what good movies are? Like, is it been that long? Has
Yeah,
COVID
there's no
wrecked your
movies
mind?
anymore.
Are people stupid? Do you want to just... Can we get a representative of the people just come forward and say why you are rating this movie any higher than a 2? Also, no Metacritic score, so no critics have given this until now.
Yeah, that's right. We're the first.
I feel like they refuse to. Let's get into our final scores.
We will quickly. The bad guy is the good guy, right? And this is kind of similar to what were we talking about? Batman vs Superman, where it's like if there's even a 1% chance that he's gonna be bad, we've got to take him out. Well, the bad guy is literally just like, okay, Godzilla's fucking up the planet, or might fuck up the planet. He's like a giant lizard monster. Maybe we should create some kind of defense against him just in case. And he's played as like this super villain, this like egotistical crazy man.
Yeah.
Like literally the archetype super villain, like a James Bond villain. But he's totally right.
But his daughter also just randomly dies. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
sends his
He
daughter
doesn't
to
care.
do something, and the daughter just completely forgets to try to not get King Kong
because what
to
happens
kill
is
him.
they're like going, down a hole to escape the Hollow Earth, and Kong is kind of in the way. They could just go around him there.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Yeah,
just
don't piss off a big super
like
monkey.
they could easily fly around him, and she goes, "Get him out of the way, shoot him," and they shoot him, and so he just fucking kills them.
Yeah.
Like they could have easily gone around him. This is what I'm talking about when the movie's lazy. It's so lazy.
Yeah, it is.
So look, all right. Well, that's those are the main points, I suppose. Those were all the kind of things that I remember that I hated about it. It doesn't even have the I love animals, so I thought maybe I'd get a little bit out of that.
What animals?
All of them.
Oh, you mean like
I love
gorillas,
animals in general, and this is a giant ape
Big ape.
and a lizard. Even though it's a lizard, it's kind of
How
anthropomorphized.
about when he has a sore shoulder and so he knocks out another building just to
I actually thought that was kind of cool when he pops his shoulder back in.
Another 10,000 just died there, Ryan. So his shoulder could feel a bit better.
Worth it for the shot.
Oh my god.
How many people do you think died in this movie? I reckon 2 million.
Well, unfortunately, the director wasn't one of them. I'm not wishing that he died, but like
If somebody
he
has
should
to.
know what it feels like. You've just written off Hong Kong's population.
And it's not addressed at all. That's the thing that gets me.
You
Like
have,
in the
yeah.
best monster movies, you feel, and not just monster, but like destruction movies, you feel the weight of what happens. There's no weight to it, so nothing on screen matters. It's just I can't connect to it at all. I'm just watching it, and I may as well be watching the wall. It's nothing. It's
What
ones
will
and
happen?
zeros.
The next movie will address it. That's what they always do. The
Like
next
in
movie,
Batman vs Superman, yeah, they
it's
did.
like,
They
Hong Kong.
salvaged Man of Steel with
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman
And
by
then
doing
all of a
9/11
sudden, all of a
scene.
sudden, yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, the child is going to be like, "Why did you kill all these people?" It's like, you were for it the whole time, kid. Yeah, you gave him the okay. You said, "This is go save Godzilla," and forget go
Just smash
destroy
through the streets.
Go pick up that building and swing it around like a big fucking axe and take him out.
You see some bad guys die, some faceless like goons. They get to die. You don't see any civilians die. You see the civilians running around on the ground, and you see a giant foot coming near them as they're about to die. But you never see any civilians die. And it's weak. It's pathetic. Honestly, this movie.
Yeah, disgusting.
I can't
It's
describe.
cowardly.
That's right. That's probably maybe the one good joke in the movie. Oh yeah, for a movie full of fucking jokes, and it's even got the New Zealand fat kid who's hilarious.
Is he hilarious because he just says things in a Kiwi accent?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he's funny.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, I mean he's been funny in some things and not in this one.
I get that, but in this one, just like in
He doesn't have Taika
doesn't he
Waititi's
have-
writing.
what was it called? Deadpool. He was in the second one,
Mm.
and he's just a Kiwi kid that sort of says things in a Kiwi accent. Do more. You're more than an accent.
He already
kid.
has $50 million though, so does he have to?
Well, I mean, writers do more. You can't just have him just say things in a Kiwi accent and be like, "Oh, funny, right? How funny is that accent?" It's just like,
Yeah, that's what they have done in this movie. Yeah, look, it's terrible. All right, let's wrap it up. I can't think of a positive apart from
not even my. So you're gonna go lower than me, maybe?
Probably not. Okay, so positives. I mean, there are worse movies out there. Like
what?
yeah. I'm trying to like. It's got to have some
Boy in the
points.
striped pajamas.
We're not doing that for a review.
Now you see me. Is it
Yeah,
worse?
it's not
Still
that
worse.
bad
Now you
because
see me 2.
there were. I haven't watched that one.
Now you see me 3. You hear the sequel. 3 has been okayed.
Now you see 3.
Yeah, now you see 3.
All right, let me. I'm trying to think. Maybe you go first.
I'll go first. Yeah, I gave it a. My score rhymes with poo. Think of a number that rhymes with poo.
It's 2.
It's 2. Yeah.
You want to take that line again, or
My score.
Just say.
My score rhymes with poo. It's a 2. I thought of that when I gave it a 2.
I gave it some.
I actually gave it a mark for like. I said I liked some of the design. I like when I like the reds on screen. I like the on-screen reds. Weirdly enough,
I like the bird monster in Kong's cave.
Oh, I loved it when they when Kong, what they do, like we saw an uncut viewing, so they were able to like
So
CGI
Kong's massive cock.
Kong's massive cock
Yeah.
in the screen. It was just dangling there, like, and I was really happy that was kept in, and it never got hard, so don't worry, don't feel like that's an offensive cock. It's always just it's the big Kong Whopper. I gave it a point for that. Don't cut this out.
Oh, okay.
I'm so
they can
sick of
stay.
you
They can
cutting
stay in. All right. Well, 2 is pretty good. I think I was going to give it a 3, but I can't actually think of one thing that I liked about it. So I'm going to give it a 2 as well. We're actually bang on the same page. I can't. One is for the 5 minutes of Carl Chandler. That's 1 point, and the other point is there are a couple of good songs in the movie. I liked a couple of the songs.
Yeah. I always find them better in trailers.
The trailer was so good. I gave the trailer like an 8. It's an 8 out of 10
okay.
trailer.
Yeah.
2 out of 10 movie. All right. Well, okay. That's it for episode 9 of The Hack and the Fraud. Hope you enjoyed that one. Sorry it was so...
No, I'm not sorry.
Negative.
This is your fault.
Yeah, actually, the movie should be.
You told us to watch this film, and we
actually,
did, and this is the review you get.
This is what maybe next time choose a better movie. Why don't you recommend us go see the next greatest movie of all time?
We're going to do a really bad one next. We're going to a really bad film.
Can we watch a good one next?
Oh, yeah, true. Actually, we pay for that, don't we?
Actually, yeah. What are we going to watch next? Maybe Judas and the Black Messiah. Like a good fucking movie, just like a real movie.
Yeah.
We went Justice League, Nomadland, Kong, Judas.
Yeah.
One for them, one for us.
Sure. We can do that. Actually, we'll do a vote again.
We'll do a vote. Well, Judas and the Black Messiah or
Master and Commander. We got a
classic. Yeah, okay.
Classic.
All right, so a new one or a classic, Judas and the Black Messiah or Master and Commander. If you haven't seen Master and Commander, well, I recommend you watch it before the review, but I recommend you vote for that one as well because I do want to watch it again. But I want to see Judas and the Black. Either one's fine with me.
Yep. Totally fine. I won't hold you accountable for this one at all.
We will. If you don't vote for Master and Commander, Nick's going to be very upset.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it in your top 10 movies?
It's prime
that
Russell
high?
Crowe, though. It's like he's just...
It's a 10 for you. Oh, no, we won't say.
You know when he filmed Les Mis and he was doing the singing scene? He was channeling his inner Captain Jack.
Nobody likes his singing, though, so don't say that.
You don't really? I like his singing. I thought it was very coarse. Like, it's nice.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I get why you liked it, yeah.
It's beautiful.
All
Beautiful.
right.
Song.
All right, we'll wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Ryan.
Wrap it up. I'm wrapping it up. All right, well, thank you for listening. We'll see you next week for one of the movies. I'll put the Instagram poll up soon. But yeah, thanks for listening. Nick, sign off.
Also, thanks for listening from here.
That was pretty good.